another Lazy Cooks dinner meal or lunch. And we're going to make this Asian stir-fry vegetables. Wellesley Farms is the BJ's brand, and the reason I'm saying lazy is because it has all the vegetables in here that most people would chop up. So we have broccoli, sugar snap peas, carrots, red pepper, wooded chestnuts, mushrooms, and cut baby corn. So we have all of our vegetables, and so we are going to put, this is a chicken thigh that thawed out, so I'm going to trim some of the fat off and then cook this in my air fryer. And we have some shrimps here that I will take the tails off, clean it, and then we'll get to seasoning. So we are going to pre-cook these because this you can microwave, so that is easy. It doesn't come with a seasoning packet, and so I did buy some Asian type flavors from watching videos on YouTube making stir fry with actual like ramyun noodles or oodles of noodles type stuff, but I never used a packet in those, or I use very little because it's high in sodium. And so we purchased this rice vinegar, roasted garlic, and Asian stir fry soy sauce. And I am not going to use a lot because the sodium. So for this one, they did have a low sodium option. So this is soy sauce, so I don't need 2 soy sauces. So we're going to put that one away, and we're just going to use these 2 sauces. For seasonings, we have turmeric root. This one is Penzeys Revolution, chopped onion, crushed red pepper. I don't know if these are Asian flavors, but y'all know I gotta have spicy. Ginger. And we're also going to use forward. To cook our shrimp, we're going to do like we did last time, and we're going to cook them with country crock. But all of these seasonings are going to go for both of these. And then this is white rice that's in here. And so we are just going to fix just like regular white rice. Oh, let me show you my rice cooker. Can I grab it really quick, or should I edit it out? I'm going to reach back and grab it, so excuse me if I am shaking you. I'll look at my sink. I'm trying not to, okay. Alright, so this is my rice cooker. And 1 cup of, well, 1 of these of rice and 2.5 of these with water. Pour it in here, mix it, put the lid on it, plug it in. Ta-da! And then just push this down, and when it pops up, the rice is done. So easy cooking. So we will come back and I'll show you the meat seasoned, and then how I do the vegetables. And this is my first time using, excuse me for poking your eye, cooking with those vegetables. But so you'll see me season the chicken and the shrimp, and then we're going to fix the vegetables. Excuse me for poking your eye again. And then that'll be it for this meal. So let me know if you've made Asian stir fry before. And I kind of like that there's not a packet in here, a seasoning packet in here, because if it was, it would be very high sodium because of all the sauces. And so hopefully it'll taste good. And I do think it will taste good because I like these flavors, these seasonings. The only thing I haven't tried before was rice vinegar. So that's the only thing where I'm like, But we will be back and you will see what I've done. We are going to go ahead and clean the shrimp. And I have a bowl to put them in. Well, not clean them, but rinse them and to pull off the tails. So what I do so it's not messy, when I open a bag, I turn the top inside out. So that way when I'm done with it, flip it back up and put the shells in here, the tails. And that way nothing is messy on the outside. So we are going to dump these into the sink, and the sink has been cleaned. And we're going to put the bag, we're just going to sit the bag, actually let's sit it here so you can see it. Alright, so for the shrimp, I'm going to use cold water, and whatever is on here, you know, we're going to pick those pieces off. And yes, the glove came out of the container. This is a bowl we're using to put the clean shrimp in. And so I just remove the tails, put the tail in the bag, rinse it, put that in the bowl, take the tail off, rinse it, and put it in the bowl. So I don't know if you want to see this entire process or not. Here's a question. When you cook shrimps that have, well, when you purchase shrimps that has the tail on, do you cook it with the tails on or not? And I know that some people do, like for shrimp scampi, and even if you order shrimp scampi out at a restaurant, they keep the tails on when they cook it. And so, I'm sorry, I couldn't see me. So I'm just kind of holding above where the tail stops, and then I pull this off, and this is what was inside of this. Please bear with me, because y'all know I don't be cooking, let alone trying to film cooking. And the people who do, like, they have, you know, everything is set up really nice, and they have all the ingredients set out and measured, and y'all know I don't measure. I did look up the measurements for the soy sauce, and they used garlic olive oil, but I didn't see garlic olive oil, and that's why one of the sauces I got has garlic in it, because I was keeping that in mind. But y'all know we're going to put seasonings in it anyway. We are going to go ahead and season the shrimp after we deal with the chicken thigh, and that is in this bag. So the same deal. Well, actually, I don't need to turn this one inside out, and my hands already have shrimp stuff on it. So we're going to take this out. Don't let the size fool you. This is a whole lot of meat, and so this is some of the fat that we're going to trim off. And so this bag we're going to put inside the shrimp tail bag. So we're going to rinse the chicken thigh, and we are going to, actually we're going to use, this is a clean paper towel, so we're just going to just let it absorb some of the excess, what's the word, water from rinsing it. So I'm going to take this glove off, and I'm going to put this into the tail bag, and this is the knife that I have out. So what we're going to do, because this is not just an end piece where I can just cut straight down and get all the fat off, you see how it's just right here. So we're going to cut on an angle just to try to trim some of this fat. We lost a little bit of meat. I know that's wasteful. And let me see if I can get some of the meat off of there. I don't know why I'm talking like that. So we are cutting just some of that off. Cutting some of the actual chicken meat off. So we have this. Yay! And so if it's just a small part, if there's just a little bit of fat, I don't worry about it too much, because the fat will cook off in the air fryer. But I just want to have a little bit less. So like this stuff right here, do I want to try to do that? No, some of it just peeled off as I pulled it. And we're putting this inside of, we're putting the fat inside of the shrimp tail bag. And so we are just getting off some of the excess fat. I know people love cooking with chicken breasts. I really don't, because it's a fine line between having it done and then not, what's the word? And then not getting dry. And so I do prefer thighs over the wings, because the thighs to me always end up still juicier, like not as dry as the wings can get. And especially if we end up reheating, it'll get a little dry, and I don't like that. And I do think whatever you do with what am I saying? Whatever you do with chicken breasts, you know, I don't see why it can't be done with chicken thighs. But I know some people swear by, you know, chicken breasts, and you can do so much with it. Excuse me, you can do so much with thighs as well. So I'm trying to trim this right here without losing too much meat. And I think I want to cut in here as well, not this part that I'm doing right here. So this, how you see this right here, this will cook down while it's cooking in the air fryer. Am I making a mess? But I am just still going to cut a little bit. And so what I was going to say earlier is this membrane that's right here. It's not a piece of gristle, but it is like a membrane, and I do want to get this out. And so what we're going to do, we're just going to go ahead and cut it. We're going to cut right next to it. And this membrane that's right here, we're going to cut that off. It's a weird thing, like if you would have eat a chicken thigh with the membrane on there, it's just weird. I don't like it. And you know, you're chewing on a piece of meat, and then it's like, okay, what's this thing? And then you're like trying to spit it out into a tissue or something like that. So we're still just getting off some excess fat here, and this is why some people don't like cooking with chicken thighs, because of the excess fat. But it's not that big of a deal to me. And cost-wise, not that this is why I do it. Cost-wise, thighs are usually less expensive than chicken breast. But I just prefer cooking with it. Excuse me if I'm creating glares with this knife. I just want you to see me cutting this off, which I could edit this out. The actual cooking part will be quicker because I'm not going to show you the food in the air fryer, but I will show you how I'm going to season it though. And also, my air fryer is noisy. I remember back in the day, not even back in the day, a couple years ago, I had the air fryer going while I was doing a video, and I didn't realize how loud it was. And so somebody would say, what were you cooking? And I'm like, oh damn. And so we're not going to run the air fryer in the video. So we have our meat here. So we're going to go ahead and season this. I wonder if, and you know what I could do, but I'm not. Maybe I should. I could, no, I'm not. I was thinking I can cook it with the shrimps, but shrimps take a lot less time to cook. I took the glove off inside out, and that's going to go into the tail bag. And so we're going to turn it right side up. There's no moisture or anything on the outside of the bag. And then we're going to put this in the freezer. Here's a tip. For me, I put stuff like this in the freezer so that it doesn't make my garbage smell. And when I go out to take trash, I will make sure to take this out the freezer or even in the refrigerator, just so it doesn't start tasting weird. So we're going to go ahead and season both the shrimp and this chicken thigh. You know, I put this in the back because that doesn't need as much attention. So let me use these tongs. So what I'm doing is just placing the shrimp in one layer in the bowl. So when I season one side, I can flip it over and do the other. So I don't want to put that there in front of you. So this is the ginger. So we're going to sprinkle some ginger on the chicken breast. We're going to sprinkle some ginger on the shrimps. Yo, them shrimps that I made before was so good when I did the shrimp and rice dish. So we're going to sit this here so I don't use it twice. This is the turmeric root. We're just going to sprinkle on the meat. And when I season, like, these are the items I did not use yet. As I use them, I put them like on this side over here somewhere so that I don't mix up what I used and what I didn't. This is forward. So we're going to sprinkle. I am really curious how crushed red pepper. I'm really wondering like how this is going to taste. Because we're doing our own seasonings. This is Penzeys Revolution. So we're going to sprinkle. And this isn't going to be super hot. It's not going to be spicy hot. And now we're going to take our... Do I have a chopped onion already open? No, I don't. So we're going to open this chopped onion, not the one that we got from BJ's. So we're going to open this. And remember how I was saying I used like the butt of the spoon or the fork that I'm using? Just because, see how this is packed. And if I dump it, like nothing's coming out. So I'll just scrape a little bit. If this was like the spoon I was cooking with, I would just use the bottom of it and scrape some up. We're not going to put this on the chicken thighs because it'll just fall off into the air fryer. But we're putting quite a bit in the shrimp. Okay, so now we're going to turn the shrimp over. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What 11? Oh, here's 12. So we have a dozen shrimp. All of the shrimp and all of the chicken is not going to be used. Well, I'm not going to eat it all at one time. So we're going to end up with enough meat left to do to have leftovers. So, oh shoot, gotta turn over the chicken thighs too. So we're going to just flip this over and put that down. So this is Revolution. I'm just going to sprinkle. I never measure. If you saw my other video, you will see I just dump stuff in. I think it was the video I did when I made the chili. I just sprinkle stuff in. I just dump stuff in. I am putting on quite a bit of pepper, so I do think this will give me the kick that I want, because this one is very hot. And it says so. Very hot crushed red pepper. And I love it. This is the turmeric root. They're sprinkling over the shrimp again. Sprinkling over the chicken. And forward is this one. And we're going to sprinkle this. And the last one is ginger. And so we're going to sprinkle that on the shrimp and on the chicken. So our shrimps and our chicken is seasoned. I'm going to cook both, and then we will come back and I will show you what they look like. This is my air fryer plugged in. I love this, and I caught it at a time years ago when it was like $80 something. Now it's like 130 something. And you can air fry, roast, broil, bake. And I think I have a video showing it when I first got it. Reheat. I don't use reheat because that dries food out. And so if I am if I am reheating chicken, I'll still just use the air fry mode and just, maybe 5 minutes or less, and dehydrate, which I haven't used. And so we are going to air fry. Oh wait, let me show you what I'm gonna do first. I do put a pan in here because it just makes cleanup easier. And to help the chicken not stick, we're going to spray. This is olive oil with garlic in it. I don't know what I was going to say. So we're just going to spray this a little bit. I want to put this in. And you notice how the time went off when we took it out. So, cancel, because I don't know what I hit. So air fry, we're going to do 390, and we're going to do 20 minutes, 15 minutes. We're going to do 20 minutes. I'm sorry, wait a minute. I don't know why they didn't do that. And what this does is, first it preheats for 2 minutes and then it'll beep. And so then you put the meat in, or whatever it is that you're cooking with, and then the halfway mark, it'll beep and it'll say turn food. And so I really like this. And so we're going to go ahead and start it. And I'm going to go right after I push it because it is very noisy. Hear that? Like a spaceship taking off. I'll see you in a little bit. Add food. All right. And also, once it's cooked, it'll beep every minute until you take the food out, or until you just open it and close it, because then it will think that you took the food out. So we're gonna put this in, and while this is cooking, because we set it for 20 minutes, while this is cooking, we're gonna go ahead and cook our shrimps on the stove, and then it just starts right back up. 20 minutes, 390. See you soon. I'm gonna show you this entire process because you've seen me cook shrimps before, but I want to show you we are using less country crock because, excuse me, hit the button by mistake, and I'm just talking and talking, putting the shrimps in, and then it just shut off, and then I'm like, oh, I wasn't recording. So I don't know, I think you may have heard that I only use a little bit of country crock because we're going to add a little bit of both of these in here. And once the shrimp are done, we are going to do our stir-fried vegetables. So we're going to turn the shrimps right now. We're going to let the country crock just absorb. And you can see how it's looking a little dry versus last time when we had a lot of the country crock, because I wanted that juice with a country crock flavor, and with the seasonings I wanted that for the rice that we were putting over it, so the rice wouldn't be dry and to not add like any type of sauce to it. And so I think right now what I want to do, I think I am going to go ahead, I only have this on 4, we're going to turn it down to 2. And I am going to go ahead and add just a little bit of the low sodium soy sauce. And because this needs to be shaken up because of the garlic, and you can see the garlic in here. So I'm going to just put a little bit of this in here. Whoop, too much. Too much. But it might not be once we add the vegetables. And so we're going to we're going to microwave the Asian stir-fried vegetables. I'll show you what the chicken looks like when it says to turn it, and then we'll flip it and let it finish cooking, and yeah, then I'll show you everything put together. So hang tight. We are going to turn this off now, and we're going to put the lid on it, so it'll still just continue to cook a little bit because we're leaving it on the heat. And I forgot that I needed to do rice, and so we're also going to start the rice. And we will be back yet again. Turn food, it's telling me. So this is what the chicken is looking like. Despite the olive oil, because I didn't, spread it around, some pieces of the chicken is still sticking. This is not good. And I don't want to just rip it up, but let's rip it. So we're going to turn that. This piece I'm sure is actually done because it is just such a small piece. I cannot get this out. All right, well, you guys get the idea. So I'm going to actually just take this one out altogether. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's definitely done. I need something to put it in. All right, so just going to grab something out of the cabinet really quick. And yes, those are my brushes that I cooked that I used for my face yesterday. So we've turned the chicken per instructions, and we're going to put this in. I'm going to put the rice, and yeah, and then we will be back again. I do rinse my rice, but I wasn't able to show you that. And when I drain it, that's why it's looking like it's all on that side. And I did use this 1 cup of rice and 2.5 cups of water. 2.5 of these with water, and that's what I poured in here. So 1 cup, 2 cup, and then 1/2 cup. And this is not a cup, but this whatever you want to call it. So I wanted to. Then if I weren't filming this, I would just put water in it, put water in it, put water in it. But I'm trying to cut back on time. So we're going to pour in the water. And I do use filtered water, so that's another reason why I didn't want to go back and forth this time. And so it is plugged in. You see that the light came on. So we're going to put the lid on it. Is that already? Oh, shoot. Why was that? Oh, you know, it was pushed down from when I showed you earlier. Now, this, yeah, it'll still just stay on, but that's the heating coil in there. And so we're just going to let it do what it do. When this pops up, and it'll audibly pop, and then we'll know that the rice is done. So we will be back yet again. Our chicken is done, so we're going to unplug it, and take it out. I ate that piece that I took out of here. Oh my gosh, y'all, it is spicy. Whew. So we're gonna just leave this in here, and later on we will. Or do we want to do that now? No, we'll put it in the sink later to clean out that tray. And these are other trays that can go in here. And I have the liner protectors too. So we are going to bring our chicken over here. I did bring the shrimps over here because we're going to cut that stuff up. And so I'm going to reposition the phone so you can see me cut stuff up. Hopefully this is sufficient for you to see what I am doing. I use this cutting board for vegetables and cooked meats, and the white one I used earlier, I used that for raw meats. And so I never use the same, like this is always just cooked meats and vegetables, and the other one is always raw meat, so I don't like accidentally like contaminate my food. And so please don't fall. I'm moving it away from the edge because y'all know I'm coordinated. So okay, this side right here is like really done. Ooh, spicy. Ooh, Lord of mercy. And so I'm just going to cut it into what I think might be, I don't know, bite-sized pieces. Cut it however you want to cut it, but I'm keeping in mind the sizes of the various vegetables in that pack. And we're actually going to put what we cut back on here. Sometimes I don't realize, because I don't cook often, cook often. I forget like how much time it takes and like how many dishes I use. So the bowl that had the shrimp in it and the plate that, did I put, oh the plate, yeah, the plate that we use for, what was on that plate? I don't even remember. What's on the plate? But anyway, that's in the dishwasher as well. And so we're just cutting up the chicken. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Like I don't try and get perfect little cubes or anything like that. Oh, this is spicy, y'all. And you may have seen a container in my sink in the bowl because I'm quick thawing chili. And so I'm not even actually eating the stir fry tonight. And so tomorrow I'm going to cook more rice because the rice that's cooking now, that'll be eaten with the chili. And so tomorrow we'll come back and we'll do the vegetables, and then we will just dump this chicken and the shrimp in it. And so that'll be an easy meal tomorrow, just steaming the vegetables, putting in a little bit of rice vinegar with garlic and the soy sauce in it. And so this is so good. Oh, all right, spicy. So we put all of that on the plate. Now we're going to just do the shrimps one by one. Shrimp is my favorite food, if you didn't know. And we're just going to just cut these up. I put too much vinegar in here, like it really smells strong. Let me taste a piece. Oh, that is spicy. Yo, that very hot crushed pepper. Whew, they ain't lying. They say very hot. It is very hot, but it's hot with a flavor, which is what I like. I don't like stuff that's hot for no reason, because then it's like, why are you burning my mouth? I can't even taste you. And some people may like that, but I do not. Uh-oh, it's hit me in the back of my throat. Oh man. And there is sauce in here from the Country Crock and the soy sauce and the rice vinegar. And so we're going to put that on top of the chicken and the shrimp, and that'll help keep them moist for when we come back tomorrow. So this will be in the refrigerator actually later today because it's after midnight. That Benadryl, y'all, knocks me on my tan ass. I be sleeping like crazy, and I still do wake up like I normally do, but I am just like so out of it that I keep going right back to sleep. But, yeah, so today is January 4th, and it is 10 minutes to 3 in the morning. I just got out of bed, y'all, at about midnight. No, it's about 11:30 at night. I had an 11 a.m. appointment at the VA hospital, and y'all know I'm nocturnal. So anytime like that I have an appointment, I know it's gonna be a long day. And so I was back in bed by 3:30 in the afternoon, and I didn't get up until 11:30 at night. So this is our shrimps. Y'all, this is so good. Oh my gosh. And now I'm like, I want to eat this now, but no, I'm not going to. So I'm just grabbing a spoon. I'm going to come up here and grab a container. Will this be big enough for all of that? I think so. I hope so. I hope it will be. So, oh, them shrimps are so good. So, whew, we are going to put the shrimps and the chicken in this container. And I ran out of Boathouse Farms. What I had left, I put in a container, a blender bottle, which it didn't need to be blended. And I drank that on my way to my VA appointment. And so that was all that I had all day. And so when I woke up, well, when I finally got up, I felt like so just out of it and lightheaded. And so this will be good. So if I have another day like this tomorrow, all I need to do is just do the vegetables. So this is the sauce type stuff. And so we're just using this spoon. Excuse me if this noise is irritating. And we are going to drizzle this. Oh, wow, that looks nice. Drizzle this over the shrimps and the chicken. That smells so good. Y'all. And you can just put this over white rice if you want to. Like, seriously. So, this is what the shrimps and rice. No, it's not. The shrimps and... I can't even see if you can see it. This is what the chicken and the shrimps look like. Doesn't that look amazing? Wow. So I'm gonna let this cool a little bit before it goes in the refrigerator. And I'm kind of wondering if I do just want to do the vegetables now so that way I can just heat them up tomorrow. But since you can microwave them anyway, it's not going to take a lot of time. And this is what we're having this morning for dinner. This is the chili that you saw me cook before. We're going to put that in the microwave for like 3 minutes. And this is the container it was in when I said I had Talenti's containers, but you did see this before. So that was the pan that had the chicken on it. So that's soaking. I have one more of those, excuse me for smacking, with chili in the freezer. And I have one more of those with the pasta sauce in the freezer. So we will come back. The rice is looking like it is almost done. And this rice will be used for this chili. And tomorrow we'll do another thing of rice. And then we'll do the vegetables. I already said all that. Anyway, we'll be right back. Rice cooker popped and the light went off. So the rice is done. This is the chili we heated up. Isn't this so cute? And I like that it has this thing so it can still steam and stuff won't cook in a weird kind of way. We're going to use this ceramic pottery thingy. And, ooh, this rice. So this is actually probably enough for, I don't know, 2 servings. So we're going to just put some here. Yeah, I'm going to have rice left over unless, maybe not. Well, it depends on if I get seconds. So the rice, I don't remember if I purchased sticky rice or not. I really don't know. This is a bag of rice from Aldi. Like, I don't remember. Why is that sticky? Do I want to just put all the rice? You know what? I'm going to put all the rice, and what I don't eat will go in the refrigerator. And it did stick some, surprisingly, because of the water that I put in it. I want to get a small spoon. Excuse me for that noise, if that irritated your ears. Yeah. So, yeah, it's sticky. I don't think this is sticky rice. You know what? It's an off-brand of rice. And so maybe that's why. This is my first time cooking with this rice. And so a lot of it stuck. So I'm not going to scrape it. I'm just getting up the loose parts. And we're going to take this off. And we're going to just dump the chili in here. And then we're going to mix it together. Yeah, this is a lot, y'all. This is a lot. So this might be for lunch tomorrow, and then we'll have the stir fry for dinner for tomorrow. I want all of this. So this is what we're going to eat tonight. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. So excuse me for being out of frame. So I do prefer cornbread, heavily buttered, and put chili on top of that. But I don't make cornbread often because I can't just make a little bit and it'll end up getting wasted. So that is my go-to. Well, it used to be. When I was married, I would do cornbread because he would eat it up. But if there was a way just to make like a few pieces of cornbread, sometimes I would get like cornbread muffins or something like that. And those are perfect too. But again, with the quantity, it's hard to just buy a little bit. And I don't like to waste. Why are you looking blurry? What are you trying to focus on? The spoon? I don't know why this rice is so sticky. And I know like people do buy off-brand stuff, but when I'm used to a certain type of thing, and then it's like, okay, what is this? I'm just like, So, oh my gosh, let me take a forkful. It's a spoon. Oh man, that's good. This is still hot, so we're going to take this with our dish towel. And we're going to spray this in here. This is the Dawn spray, which I rather just have the detergent, which I didn't realize until after I purchased that. And we're also going to move that. We're going to put this in here. So we're going to rinse it first. And then I'll have you all out of frame. Excuse me for that. And we're going to spray this in here. I'm the type of cook that I clean up as I go. And so the stuff that was in the sink earlier is already in the dishwasher. So we're going to leave that like that. I think I want to put that in there. So yeah, so the rice cooker has done its job for today. When I was married, I had a larger rice cooker, but it being just me, I'm like, that is way too big for just me. So I found one that it's small enough, as you see. So we're going to go again, and we'll be back again. So I decided today to do noodles instead of rice. And so I have water boiling for the noodles, and per the instructions on the back of the bag, there's like 2 cups of vegetables, and it says add a 1/4 cup of water and then microwave this for about 3 to 4 minutes. And so that's what we're going to do. And so when the noodles are done and when these are done, we're going to mix that together, and then we're going to put some of the chicken and shrimp in with the noodles. And we do have to drain this after it cooks per the instructions. And so I may add a little bit more of the rice vinegar with roasted garlic, and we may add a little bit more of the soy sauce. It depends on how much flavor is in here from all the seasonings that we put, because this has no seasonings. And so we're going to see. And so we will come back once all of that is done. These vegetables are taking a whole lot longer to cook in the microwave than it says. I think I did 3 minutes, at least like 3 times. And so they're almost ready. So we put about half of the chicken and shrimp, and we went ahead and put the noodles here, and we're going to put this whole thing back into the microwave. And then once it's done, we will mix it together, and I'll let you know how it tastes. We did another 4 minutes, and before we put it in there, we put a little bit of the rice vinegar with roasted garlic in it and a little bit of the soy sauce in it. And so this is what it is looking like. And so we are going to mix this up. And oh my gosh, this does look good. My concern is that the vegetables are very bland, and so I'm hoping that there's enough seasonings in the meat to satisfy me, because y'all seen from my my sauce video and the shrimp. No, what did we do? Oh yeah, the easy shrimp one. Y'all know I love my spices and my seasonings, and so hopefully this will satisfy me. So let's just take some noodles, take a shrimp, and take a piece of broccoli and see what this tastes like. Let's see. The seasoning on the meat saves it because the vegetables are very bland, and I didn't want to put in my usual spices because this is supposed to be Asian stir fry. But I am satisfied with it. I just need to make sure I get meat on my fork with the vegetables, and I did not put any seasoning on the noodles either. So, but the kick it has is very nice. It is spicy thanks to the meat, and I will eat half of this, and we still have chicken and shrimp left. So maybe later I'll make, well, after this is gone, I will probably make yellow rice and dump this in there. But so the only thing that I was kind of like, wanting to scratch my head about was that it took so long for the vegetables to cook. And maybe my freezer is just like that cold, or my microwave is a very low wattage. I'm not sure which, but I am digging this. Yeah, I just got to make sure to get meat. Let's grab this piece of chicken, and let's see, a piece of corn. So let's taste this. Yeah. This is very good. So I'm gonna go like this video if you did enjoy watching how I did all of this. And one thing that surprised me is how long it takes to do this video. And even the downtime in between the different clips. So I didn't realize, excuse me for smacking, that it took this long to make a dish. But if you're enjoying my cooking videos, make sure you thumbs up. Feel free to share them. Feel free to, leave comments and all of that good stuff, and join if you're interested in that. So that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to put half in this bowl, one of my pottery bowls, and eat that. And the other half, I'll just put the lid back on it and put this in the refrigerator. So that'll be it for this video. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. Bye.